It is day 162 of the second Trump administration, and tonight, the focus is on the Senate floor. You are looking at it live right now, all day long. Senators have been voting on amendments to Donald Trump's gargantuan tax and spending bill. Republicans are rushing to get the bill to Trump's desk in time for his deadline on Friday. Donald Trump wants you to focus on his campaign promises that are in the bill, like extending the tax cuts from his first term, billions of dollars for border security, and eliminating taxes on tips and overtime. But I want to level set with you about what else this bill will do. It would also kick 12 million Americans off their health insurance thanks to $1 trillion cut to Medicaid, according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. The bill also could cut the SNAP program by $300 billion by adding new work requirements. And the bill could devastate clean energy companies by stripping away subsidies and funding that was created during the Biden administration. And on top of all of that, the Senate bill would add at least $3.3 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. That is according to the analysis by, I'll say it again, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. Now, Republicans Thom Tillis and Rand Paul have already said they plan to vote no, which means the GOP can only afford one more no vote, and there are still a handful who are undecided, at least publicly. Of course, to meet the president's deadline, the Senate bill still needs to make it through the House. And we are already seeing some hardline conservatives in the House complain about the Senate's version. That is partially because of that $3.3 trillion deficit number. The House version of the bill would have added $2.4 trillion to the House, $2.4 trillion. And House Republicans have insisted that the price tag should not be changed. We got a lot to discuss. So I want to bring in Melanie Zanona, NBC Capitol Hill correspondent. Melanie, this vote-a-rama started more than 13 hours ago. Tell us where things stand, because I know there's lots of drama, there's lots of backroom dealing, but if there's one thing that Donald Trump is good at, it's getting Republicans to do what he wants.
That's exactly right. It's been a long day, potentially going to be a long night as well. I think this process could go late into the evening, potentially very early in tomorrow. For context, you said it's been 13 hours. They've only gotten through, at this point, 22 amendments. So they are moving at a glacial pace going through these amendments. We have seen a little bit of an uptick over the last few hours. But we should note, none of these amendments have been adopted yet. Most of these are Democratic show votes, messaging votes, trying to put Republicans on the record. And for Democrats, they can't stop this bill, but they can make it as politically painful as possible. So that's really what we've seen been playing out on the Senate floor thus far. What we're watching for tonight, though, Stephanie, is that there could be some amendments that actually do get adopted that do change the contours of this bill. There's a huddle going on the Senate floor. I believe it's been moved actually to Senate Republican leader John Thune's office, involving some fiscal conservatives. Initially, they did not want to vote to advance this bill. They got an agreement to get an amendment vote to actually make even steeper cuts to Medicaid. But it does not look like that vote is going to pass. And so they are huddling on the floor. It's unclear whether they will vote for the bill if they don't get their amendment. So that's a group we're watching. The other group we're watching are some of these moderate members. That includes Susan Collins. She said she's a lean no on this bill, depending on how it shakes out, whether it gets worse in her eyes or better, will ultimately determine how she votes. And then, of course, there's Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, someone else who the leadership has been working over very hard, trying to get her to yes. They've given her a number of different carve-outs and goodies that are important to her home state of Alaska, but she also has not said how she will vote. There's also a provision that the parliamentarian ruled will stay in the bill that would cut funding for Planned Parenthood. That is a huge concern for her and Collins. So there's still a lot of hoops to get through before it gets to the Senate. And then, of course, it still has to get through the House. So there's still a lot of work to go. Ultimately, the feeling, though, is that eventually Republicans will get to yes because of what you mentioned at the top of the show, Stephanie, which is that there's going to be intense pressure from Donald Trump to fall in line. He's already made clear that if you go against him, he is going to try to put up a primary challenge. He's going to come out against you guns a-blazing. I think ultimately that is what's going to drive this process, but it might take a little bit longer and it might still get messy from here on out.
Donald Trump cannot control global leaders. He cannot control businesses. He cannot control the weather. But he is damn good at getting Republicans to fall in line. So we're watching this vote-a-rama. We're covering all of it. But in the end, they will likely do as he says. Melanie, this is going to be a late night for them and you. I'm going to let you go. But if any big news breaks, please come back within the hour.
We'll be
all right,
here.
Let's get smarter and bring in our lead-off panel tonight. Leanne Caldwell is here, chief Washington correspondent for Puck. Susan Glasser joins us, staff writer for The New Yorker. And David Drucker, senior writer at The Dispatch. Leanne, what is your read on where this Senate bill is headed, and what would happen if it gets sent to the House?
Yeah, so I must say that I've always been an optimist in this situation because of what you and Mel talked about, the fact that Donald Trump is able to whip everyone in line. And I don't think that that's going to be much different here in the Senate, and it's not going to be much different in the House. But first, the Senate has to go through this process. And senators, what they're doing now is they are putting up as much of a fight as possible in order to make this bill as much to their liking as possible. Because let's be real, people don't love this legislation that happens when there's so many pieces and parts of a legislation. But especially this is, you have the fiscal hawks who think it costs too much money. You have the centrists who thinks it's going to be too painful for constituents and voters. But ultimately, at some point, this is going to pass at some point, probably tonight in the early hours of the morning. The person that I'm watching is Senator Murkowski, and that is because she has been so mum. She has, as Melanie laid out, she has gotten a lot of advantageous things for Alaska. But I don't think that she's going to be the final vote that would tank the bill. So we have to watch the dynamics here. As this moves to the House staff, it's going to be, again, the same theater of Republicans on the right who are complaining about the cost of this bill, with centrist Republicans worried about Medicaid especially. And they're going to be drag this on for as long as they can until House Speaker Mike Johnson calls this vote. And Donald Trump is definitely going to be on the phone with these members until it is passed, Steph.
David, I saw a tweet that you wrote today, and when I read it, I did a high kick, a cartwheel, and I laughed my head off. Because you said there's no constituency for reducing the debt, which is why Republicans are okay with the price tag. I think this is so important. Can you explain it? Because for years, people talk and talk about how much they care about debt and deficits. But if you ever actually asked anyone, even remotely, what those numbers are, people don't know it. But what they don't realize is the impact of this gargantuan debt, what it ultimately does to us. It's this giant long-term problem. And in the short term, people don't think or care about it.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure if people realize that we now have a debt that's reached $37 trillion and counting, that there are bond market issues. Yes, and higher interest rates. And so we're having the same argument we've always had, but the stakes are much higher. But voters don't care. Now, I don't mean if you poll them and say, is it important to keep the debt under control? Is it important to reduce deficit? Is it important for Washington to live within its means? Everybody's going to say yes, of course. And then when you tell them, okay, well, listen, we're in a little bit of trouble, so we might need to cut this, or we might need to raise taxes here. And everybody's going to say, yeah, but not me. My program's important. Not me. I don't make enough money to pay higher taxes. Tax the other guy. Therefore, nobody cares. And politicians are in the service business. I don't care what they talk about ideologically. That does play a part in how they want to solve problems, but they're in the service business. And when their customers don't want to buy something or don't want to do something, they're not going to do it because they want to get rehired. If there was a hue and cry from the public, the debt's at $37 trillion, interest rates are high, the bond markets are jittery, please fix this, they would love to fix it. You'd have to pull them away kicking and screaming from fixing it. But since nobody cares, they're going to do what they think people care about, and that is more tax cuts and then fig leaves to spending cuts. Because even if some of these amendments that are dicey in the Senate were to pass, it doesn't solve the $3.3 trillion problem, not really, in terms of what this bill adds to the deficit. And usually the moderates that are worried about things are worried about cuts. There are ways to assuage them. And the fiscal hawks, so-called, are also staunch Trump loyalists. Their voters trust Trump more than them, and they're going to find a way to get in line. At least that's how it's gone so far with this bill, and that's how it usually goes.
But these Republicans are going to be ready to cut things a lot of their voters rely on. Healthcare, food programs, jobs that are working on clean energy projects. Susan, they're going to be able to get this through?
Well, Steph, I do think everyone here has agreed that Donald Trump's ideology today in the Republican Party, or more to the point, Donald Trump is the ideology of the Republican Party today. So, it's not worth, looking for this kind of John McCain moment. We all remember in Trump's first term, this kind of dramatic late night scene where McCain walks in, sticks the thumbs down, and that's the end of Republicans' efforts to repeal Obamacare after years of saying that's the first thing they were going to do when they took back power in the House and Senate. They never did it. But, what's really remarkable to me about this bill is, number one, it's not regular order for the Republican Party or for the country. A reminder that nobody can really describe what this bill actually is, because it's one of these throw everything but the kitchen sink bills, because that's the only way Congress has functioned anymore in recent years. And that's such an aberration. Congress really doesn't pass legislation anymore on a regular basis. So the reason that the senators are just throwing amendment after amendment here is because this is essentially the only major legislation. Remember that most of what Donald Trump has done so far in his dramatic and disruptive return to the presidency has been done by executive order and fiat, with essentially the silent complicity of the Republican leadership in Congress, who have allowed Trump to usurp many of Congress's traditional roles and functions. And so, the fact that Congress is even legislating at all is now an aberration. That's first of all. Second of all, I do think it's remarkable, and I'm glad you highlighted it, that so many red states will be affected negatively. So many Republican industries, businesses, voters will be affected by this. Cuts in Medicaid, for example. Elizabeth Warren just tweeted out a list from the Senate floor, I guess, of the numbers of people in each state who would be affected by being cut off from their health care. And millions of them are in red states, are in Republican states. And it's a reminder that in some ways, this is a bill that that helps the billionaires who are funding Donald Trump, but it really doesn't necessarily do that much for the MAGA base of the Republican Party.